I'm going upstairs just to walk around upstairs, so I'll be right back.
So we're doing that on the 30th. The other events that we are doing are we're going to add a spring bus trip next just like that. Plan a little better.
Hi ladies, I have a display down in the basement, so I thought I'd stop by and give you some information in case you want to stop. Oh yeah. If you look at this little brochure, there's like 10 things in there you can think about. I know it's a really crazy subject, but it's absolutely true.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
I have this display downstairs in the basement, so I thought I'd stop by if anybody wanted to come ask me some questions. Oh, how cute are those? Oh, they're just adorable. Can I give you some information?
Oh, no thank you.
And I'm down in the basement.
Okay.
And I saw you, young man.
Saw me?
Yes, I did, downstairs.
I'm reading your flyer there.
Hey,
Hi.
did you ever hear this?
No, I have not.
Yeah, I'm down in the basement. I have my banners with me, so take a look at that. If you have questions, come down and see me.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
I'm reading your information.
Good for you. You'll be smarter just studying it, you know?
I get smarter every day.
Yeah.
There's always something you
If you don't learn something, that's the day you die. Did you know that? You got to learn something new every day.
want to keep learning.
That's right.
It didn't seem like anyone was even.
Hippie Jacks.
How you doing?
I'm good. So I have my display down in the basement. So I guess you're the man in charge here. So you can.
I am.
Did you ever hear that the Earth is flat?
I have, yeah.
Did you look into it at all?
I did. I looked into it a little bit. I don't know. Well,
You don't know?
I
Okay.
guess it could be.
Well,
but, yeah.
I've been teaching this for about a year and a half now, so you should ask me any questions you might have. Because it's very important to know that our government is lying to us. Big time. Big time.
I believe that.
Look, here's Australia, right?
Yeah.
And here's the North Pole up here. So how does a compass, there's my compass, how does a compass work from Australia? Does it go through the center of the Earth? Does it go like around? Over the mountains and everything? No. No, it's actually flat. And it goes directly from Australia to the North Pole.
I do have one question because we were talking about it, and my friend's dad, he flies balloons and he like flew all the way around us. But if you flew like one way, when you have to like come back instead of like going around.
See, you have to understand how a compass works. Okay, a compass will point to the North Pole. So when you are pointing to the North Pole, you're like on a string, a tether. Okay, so when you go east, you're going this way in a circle. When you go west, you're just going backwards in the same circle. And you can't perceive the curvature of that circle. But that's how it is. You're going in that direction. Everything is north. Everything out away from north is south. Antarctica goes around the outside edge. Now I don't teach past that. Some people say there's a lot more past there. I don't know. I've never been there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a way of thinking, and I still have to catch myself, say, okay, let me think about that versus how does it go. So yeah, it works just like that, and that's how our sun moves. Our sun is very close, not 93 million miles.
Okay.
Not like I teach that it's even 9.3 miles. 9.3 miles. I have a video of a guy who took a video out of his cockpit of his airplane, his 747 or whatever those big ones are, and he's looking and he goes like this. There's the moon over here, and there's the sun over there, but the horizon is above the sun. How does that happen? He has to be, and it comes back, and I stopped the video. I said, now look, on his altimeter it says 37,000 feet. That's like 7 miles. The horizon above the sun at 37,000 feet. That would mean the sun has to be within that height. Do you realize that? Because the horizon is always at your eye level, no matter how high you go. The horizon always comes up to your eye level because it's a matter of perspective. It's not a fixed thing. Hers will be a little different. Yours will be, my son is 6'4". His horizon is a little bit different than mine because I'm down here. See, so it's a matter of your eyes. But you really got to like perceive this and study it and look at your world. You got to keep your eyes and look at your world and not down here in the phone. See? You got to be looking up. So
Always keep your head up.
you can contact me on that website. I get those emails. They ship the things over to me, and I answer these questions, and I'm happy to do it. So
All right.
yeah.
Thank you.
And I also bring my banners, which are in the basement right now, and I take them anywhere.
Okay.
Okay, tomorrow I'll be in Hoboken, New Jersey.
Oh wow. Okay.
So if you have like a party or you get a bunch of people together and you want to freak them out, have me come over. Have me come over. I'll be there, half hour or whatever.
All right. Cool.
Make everybody smarter.
Thank you.
For free. I do it for free. How you doing? I'm down in the basement. They're lovely. So I'm in the basement and I have my banners set up and I'm just going around and I wanted to show you what I'm doing. And you can stop down if you have a question. But this is absolutely true. Hey, I'm in the basement, so I just thought I'd stop by and give you the information and you can look into it or come down and see me. I'm down in the basement and I have my banners set up and you can come down and see me if you have a question. Okay, it's absolutely true. I teach it. Is this your room in here?
Yep.
This is what I have in the basement and I have my banners set up and this is what I'm teaching. So you can come down and ask me a question if you have one.
I know. Yeah, but you even heard about that, but no. First, okay, so the librarian went to say.
Oh, stairs.
Thank you very much. Don't forget there's just stuff in the basement if you haven't been there.
Yeah, go down the basement. That's where I'm at. You been in the basement yet?
No,
That's
she
what
was.
That's what I teach. Take a look at it.
If you want to start, we have one over here.
Excuse me. Fireplace. Did you know fireplaces, they used to have a metal fire back, then they had these two things, and we interpret that as being things that you set the logs on, but really it was an energy collector, and they had bowls on top of those two things, and they were filled with mercury. They're energy collectors, and they would heat that up. It's really like a heater and not a fireplace. Yeah, if you look into that ancient like buildings and stuff, yeah.
So it's not a fire in 1903, but it's a completely fictionalized account. But all the events that happened, the research for what happened.
Yeah, we like to. Oh, no.
Yeah, it's
My next, well, she used to be my stand-up, she passed away at 12 years old. Her mother was pregnant with her, fire. So, she was
Yeah.
You can, okay. I'm like, if you're gonna before the neighbors were lady.
This one's a 50-cent.
No.
I just give you that.
I was gonna say. Yeah, her mother was pregnant with her.
Would you like a bath? No, we're good. And he had a question. Are you study or just for the vendor?
I have no idea, but if you.
He would have said it was, but he would take it away from the vendor.
So, did you do any research on how many cities have been burnt? Like how many cities really burnt?
well, no, but fire was so prevalent in that era. There were fires all the time, everywhere.
Yeah, but what caused them? See, we had Atlanta burnt. We had San Francisco
Yeah,
burnt.
there were a lot of causes. Exposed gas lines, flammable materials.
So you
There
think
was
we
no
had
shortage.
gas lighting?
Oh yeah, in this era there definitely was a lot of gas lighting.
Well, I disagree with that.
No.
I don't think we had gas lighting. I think it was something else. That's what we're looking into too.
Their gas lighting did exist. They used it. They still use it.
Well,
in New
what is your
Orleans.
evidence for that? Did you have any real pictures of what the lights looked like? I'll let you alone here. You ever hear this before?
No.
Sounds wacky, doesn't it?
No.
It doesn't?
Oh, you can take information and, adjust it as you please.
Well, I don't think we live on a spinning ball.
Okay.
Okay? And I think that this is the map, and North Pole's in the center, Antarctica goes around the outside edge. Could you hold that for a second?
Sure.
I'll show you this. See, all these world organizations, they use a flat earth map, but they leave off Antarctica.
Okay.
I don't think they want you to know that it goes around the outside edge. So if there is a sphere,
Yeah.
however far out you go, it has to drop.
Right.
Okay, so there's a curvature formula right there. This is Chicago across 60 miles of Lake Michigan.
Okay.
So that should be hidden under, by the formula, 2,400 feet of curvature. That's like a 240-story building.
Yeah.
But it's right there. We can see it. And we had a guy get in a boat and go all the way across, and it wasn't a mirage or anything.
Right.
So-
when you're at the sea, you see the craters out. You can tell as you get higher that you're looking over that arch.
Yeah, it's not the arch. That you're looking at angular resolution. See, like if I'm down here, I can't read that. I can only read it when I'm higher and look
So
at
if I can
it.
walk far enough, I'll fall off the edge.
No, because the edges, look, that's Antarctica. That holds in the oceans.
Okay.
That's what it looks like. But look, these world organizations use it. There's something to this. Okay, so now look, if there's a flat surface, you get a line of reflection. It goes right on this table.
Sure.
This is reality, is the line. If it was curved, you'd only get a little spot like that. There's something else you have to know. Vanishing point and perspective. These railroad tracks continue. but they never meet, and they go infinitely, right? So, but why do they look like to come to a point? Because that's how our eyes see things at a distance. Okay, so the same thing with a horizon. The ship goes into the vanishing line. That's what really happens. Because we have a
round fan.
You're a round fan? Oh, you're not interested in truth.
No.
I guess. Was telling him too much truth. He couldn't comprehend it.
Thank you again. I can be here and like it back in there. So many back memories.
It's like a subscription service where like you pay $10 a month and you can read as much as you want for books that are part of that program.
Come back. I ended up with
Come back next weekend.
Did you ever hear this before? That we don't really live on a spinning ball?
I have heard it before, and my husband is very passionate that we do.
That we do? That we live on a spinning ball?
Yeah, that the earth is not flat.
Oh. Well, has he done any research?
Yeah, I can't even go there.
Do you want to go with him on this? Do you want to give it to him?
That's okay.
All right.
I appreciate it. Yes, we are. I can take you down in my car. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because it's the same thing.
Yeah, well, believe it or not, I had one in the car. Oh, yeah, yeah. I had about 4 in the car. Yeah, me too. But I didn't think about bringing it in. I didn't either. I wasn't going to spend money. Don't ever say that.
Third Saturday.
Hi there. Can I answer any of your questions on this?
I'll be back.
Okay, that's fine.
Hey, Barb. Here's a Sam Brown. Oh, yeah, what is it? Honor bound and too low? Pass it on to me when you're done. All right. I did read this. I'll get it for you. With my bunch. Oh, okay. Is that higher? Yeah, just, okay. No, yeah. Thank you. Thank you again. Thanks. All right, I have to get out of here before I keep going. Azaleas blue. Railroad Road. It's 15 cents each. Okay. Midnight Cove. Sweet Cake Sunrise. You need to go for your kids. Okay, thank you. Last is each lane. Oh, no, there's another one here. Okay.
Hello, that's Shelley. I know, I see. You got a book?
Okay, I'll just get these four.
You want to do the adding right now?
Okay,
Okay,
never
shade.
mind.
Okay.
Okay, I'll call you back later. Yeah. You want these for your girls?
Okay, wow, that your girl, that's a lot of books for that.
Only a quarter. And see when Piper comes, we do things like that. Is it just like?
Interested in science? Nah, okay.
I called my friend.
I have a daughter who likes to draw. I was trying to get a whopping 66. So we need another bag.
If my daughter, if I could get her there every day instead of know how, I could drive her there every day and get her home. She'd be perfect. No doubt. Yeah.
$4.
No, there's always something more to learn and to be around people who are also art and struggling. She's so different than anyone else.
Oh, you go to Portugal.
Well, I mean, she has friends.
Whereabouts are you going?
Necessarily. We won't go down there. But to be around people with similar interests, like explore your art, and you know, you can always improve. You can always improve on your skills. There's always
Oh, my.
yeah, that is a
Oh, her bag's
way
here.
that's a race.
Well, you don't know, they don't drop right in the puddle. It's in the garbage.
All the bags.
Have fun in Portugal.
Thank you.
Try the
I
port.
don't want to buy any If I have all this stuff, I won't buy anything.
Don't live with regrets. That's what I tell my girls. So, good luck, No, I don't. Those are someone's. Sorry. Well, you know what? I just had a girl. They're free.
She wants to do I really like it.
Right. Yeah, there is a comment. Anyway, this girl.
Right, right, yeah.
I had to give her an exam for her. In some ways, it's better. And that's yeah, something like that. I have the name of my And it's for that movie making part, yeah. But there's lots of avenues, but if I had somebody to drive my kid to Bethlehem every day, she takes me.
Okay, Neil, I'll drive her.
Well, we got in some
You know where I am.
I do.
Not a problem.
All right, well, thank you.
Because, you know what?
some people just say,
I
okay.
have two of my kids at the Renaissance Salon.
You have said don't give me the change.
My other daughter does, so she's got a lot of special needs, but I think it hurts.
Yeah. Well, lots of times when they say
If it was closer and my parents would do it,
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah.
I totally would. It wouldn't even be a question.
I used to love watching that. Did you ever watch those on the you know, the library used to carry Jesus and belong.
Where am I in Westgrove? Yeah, and I should call.
They're
Because when I looked
wonderful.
at the
There's
website,
so
it
much
didn't.
And they have episode after episode. So think about renting. So,
Yeah.
sometimes they're sad, but they're funny. Remember the dog tricky one? Did you watch those?
I've read those.
Yeah.
I read all the books. I didn't
Yeah,
watch
and
it.
then the owner would give them Tristan or one of the other, the ones that those baskets. Thank you.
It's been
Every Saturday,
but I remember the name for but that's it.
Care to come back?
And then there were the ones that could go to that one client who always climbed in the tree.
Oh, here,
They're just wonderful.
Yeah.
stories.
I don't remember seeing these when I was out here before.
You want your books in this?
It looks like a spider monkey.
Thank you.
Up in the front, the girl who assisted with that, she attended that. And she was all set to go to Philadelphia School of Art. She got a scholarship and everything.
Well,
Yeah, right.
we better give you a better one than that. Are you sure? I don't want to. Thank you.
Should we call back?
See, but I don't have.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
You got 30 seconds?
Thank you so much.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
So I have a question.
Okay.
So what happened when Columbus came to the edge and went around?
Yeah.
Was he sailing upside down?
He went to the edge. Well, you know what? I only teach up to the edge of Antarctica. I don't go past that because nobody knows what's there except our government.
I thought I had you there.
No,
So
circumnavigation. Circumnavigation just means going around. And you can do the same thing on this. There's North Pole. You can go around. Same thing.
What about this way?
Nobody knows what's underneath there. Nobody. And nobody's allowed to go to Antarctica either. Ever since 1959 when they had the Antarctic Treaty.
Well, Joyce wanted
People go to Antarctica.
They're only allowed to go a certain point.
Okay.
Okay, if you want to visit the South Pole, they admit it's a fake South Pole. They will hold your hand, could charge you thousands of dollars, and they'll hold your hand and take you to a fake South Pole. And they'll do a little dance around it. But it's fake. They tell you right out.
Well, you can't convince me.
I'm not trying to. You have to decide if you want to know the truth or not. That's your decision. I'm not here to convince you.
Who profits from this
If they
theory,
can fool us,
or-
it's easy. If they can fool us, they can rule us. Here's the other thing is, what's the difference between being educated with lies or being
How do
uneducated?
you know they're lies?
Because we have the evidence right
The
here.
level isn't.
No. Yeah, the level is absolutely proof. It's absolute proof. It's always at your eye level.
Well, it's a, yeah.
And we have reflections on the water, on a level surface.
So what about the other side then? Plum?
What other side are you talking about?
Well, what happens when you go to the edge?
Nobody knows except our government. Okay? So if you accept that this is a flat surface because of this, then we go to the next thing. But you won't even accept that. You just want to make fun. See? So I don't...
I'm just...
Yeah, but see,
Columbus proved it.
No. There was people in America long before Columbus was here. Oh yeah, we have pyramids over here. We have pyramids in Mexico. Do you know what pyramids were? Energy collectors. Yeah. Did you know that? They were not tombs.
I thought they were tombs.
Nope. There's a whole lot of lies. This just opens a door for all the other lies. Once you figure out the government lies,
Why are they lying about it then?
if they can fool us, they can rule us. Did you know knowledge is power?
Sure, of course.
Okay, they've got all the knowledge, and they teach us lies, so we have no knowledge.
It's a space program.
We have no knowledge. Do you understand that? We have no knowledge because we know lies.
I just don't get your theories.
It's not a theory, though. See, this is reality. I deal with reality.
Well,
Space program, here you go. Bubbles in space. We have air bubbles going up the helmet of the astronaut. How does that happen in space?
there's no gravity up there.
No, an air bubble going up the helmet. If there's no gravity, an air bubble, if there was an air bubble in vacuum of space, it would just float around. But it's going up the helmet, and that guy had to be in water. Okay? For an air bubble to go on his helmet, he has to be in the water. Well, you know what? Do you think we landed on the moon?
Of course.
No. That was the first thing I looked up. The moon landing. Fake.
Well, you can't convince me.
I'm not trying to.
Okay.
I don't care. If you want to believe a lie, that's your problem.
Well, it's not proven to be a lie.
It is.
No, it's not.
It is. You just don't want to see it. You don't want to look into it. You don't want to research it. I can't help you. Nobody can help you. Nobody can help you if you don't want to know.
Maybe you're beyond help.
No, if you don't want to know,
Maybe you're beyond help.
I want to know the truth, so I look into things. You don't want to know, so you don't look into things.
I just...
See? Even from
argue
last
with
week, you still don't want to know, even thinking about it for a whole week.
Well, I haven't, but I just saw you. You brought it back to me.
There you go. So somebody's telling you something. No, there's some spirit telling you something. That's what it is.
Thank you.
Well, good luck with your theory.
Thank you. Good luck with your spinning fake ball. Interested in science?
Social studies, math, science. You need my wife, the chemist.
You're a chemist.
No, like you need my wife, who's the chemist.
Oh, your wife is a chemist.
Yes.
Well, guess what? This is the flat Earth map. North Pole's in the center. Antarctica goes all the way around the outside edge.
Yep.
Look at all these world organizations that use the flat Earth map, but they leave off Antarctica. Now, why is that? I don't think they want you to know that it actually goes around the outside edge. And look, this is what it looks like. That's what holds in all the oceans. What's beyond there, I don't know. I've never been there, okay? But the governments have been there, okay? So, but you only went so far, okay? So they don't let you just free explore.
I don't have the wherewithal to all the
And
way
they
in.
don't let you do that.
You went around a lot, but you couldn't go in, right?
Well, there's no such thing necessarily of even. I mean, it's just.
Well, wait a minute. John Kerry flew 300 miles in from the edge.
Right, and that barely made a dent. So that barely makes it. So you had the two people that made it across the trek. But you're right. But in terms of continent size, Antarctica is the largest continent.
So let me just tell you a few things and see if it opens up some other doors for you here. Okay, so if there is a ball, there has to be a curvature formula for how far out we go. It has to drop.
Say it again?
If you go out, it has to drop. There has to be a formula for that. And we agree, both the globalists and flat earth agree, it's 24,901, the equator.
Okay.
So our equator goes like this. Okay, it goes around this way, but we'll agree it's 24,901. So here's a curvature formula, 8 inches times a mile squared.
Okay.
And the horizon is always at your eye level, no matter how high you go.
Right.
Okay, at Mount Everest, in an airplane or whatever, it's always at your eye level. It never goes down. You never look down.
You don't see it ever.
Yeah.
Never do. So here we go. We have reflection on a flat surface. You get a line.
Yeah.
Okay, it goes right onto that table. This is reality. Reality is the line. If it's a curved surface, you only get a little spot of reflection, no matter how far. So what is this? This is perspective. These railroad tracks continue, but they never touch. We know that. They never touch or the train would crash. So what is that? That's perspective. It goes to a vanishing point. Now, if you don't have anything on the sides, like the edge of the road or whatever, you have a vanishing line. That's the horizon.
Sure.
So when a ship goes over the curve, it's really going into that horizon.
Right.
But we have these P1000 cameras who can zoom in 100 miles, and we can bring them right back into focus when they disappear. Because that's what we're seeing, is just it disappears. So we have this information. We have star trails. That's Polaris in the middle. You leave your aperture open, you're going to get concentric circles. Okay, now look what they teach us in the schools. We have the Milky Way, and the sun is in the Milky Way, and the Milky Way's moving, the sun's moving, and we are on one of these planets trying to orbit and catch up. Do you ever think you'd get that from that? Not me. I'm not buying it. Okay? So what else do we have? Centrifugal force, that's a good one. How come if this is spinning 1,000 miles an hour at the equator, we don't weigh less at the equator? We don't weigh less.
Wait. Why do we say it's spinning 1,000 miles an hour?
Because it's 24,901 and a 24-hour day.
Let's say it again.
4,000 miles in a 24-hour day. That's 1,000 miles per hour. Approximately. Don't get nitpicky with me.
No. I'm trying to think, because I think we're doing apples and oranges.
No, we're not, because you can
You haven't heard me say yet.
You can
You
go
don't know what I
miles.
was gonna say.
Yeah, I do. Miles per gallon in a car
That's not what I'm saying.
is miles per hour.
So, you know how there's certain parts of the world you have no night or you have no day?
That's only in the Arctic Circle. You can have 24 hours. Yeah.
Moscow has white nights.
Okay, fine. Is it within the
Ecuador
Arctic
has
Circle?
a
Is it
longer- there's
within
like-
the Arctic Circle?
No.
Moscow's not within the
No.
Arctic Circle?
Not even close.
Well, how it says it's longer. Okay, this has
48
24.
degrees.
24 hour. Is that be within the Arctic Circle?
So, if we think about it in terms of the distance in a day based on the sun, that's why I'm saying it's apples and oranges.
No, I'm saying we're equator.
I know what you're saying, and you're saying to go all the way around a revolution in one day, but it's not the same.
What's not the same? For the Earth to spin
Sure.
in one day, it has to go 1,000 miles an hour at the equator. At the equator, not up here in Moscow. At the equator, to go 24,000 miles,
Time.
it has to
Physics. With your ball.
Uh-huh.
If I throw the ball, is it going faster here than here?
Depends on where it's spinning. If it's spinning on the axis, it's going
going at the
faster
same
on the
speed.
equator.
When your car goes through, my car has different widths. When it goes through radar, is it part
Your
of it going
car is
faster
not
than
a
the other?
spinning ball. And your car does not have a radius. It
All right.
goes by the radius. You remember one of those little merry-go-rounds on the playground?
They said that the Earth is not round.
It's an oblate spheroid.
Right. So it screws up all your mathematics.
No, it doesn't screw up any of my mathematics because I don't believe in this fake thing.
All right, we're going to agree to disagree. I love your passion. And if you teach people some math along the way, that's wonderful.
This isn't passion. This is just factual information.
Well,
and
it's a matter of how you interpret the factual information. That's what science is until it's disproven. So you're trying to disprove it.
Yeah, this was disproved.
Good.
This is disproved.
Keep going.
Yeah. So you're not interested in looking at anything. I understand that.
Okay.
So I'm number 1, and 2 more times you'll hear this and you'll think, well, maybe I should take it seriously.
Well, no. When I've been to Ecuador, at the equator, they talk about how
and they have that little basin on the equator, and they move it up this way 10 feet, and it swirls this way, and then they move it and it goes the other way. And did you ever really watch that with a critical eye?
Well, I wasn't going to talk about that, but I was talking more about with the solstice and which side the horizon's on, depending on certain times of the year. So I do recognize there is lots of debate of even the way the maps are presented to us. So the traditional map isn't proportional. So people made maps.
How does the map relate to the water being flat? And 73% of the Earth is water. So how do you make 27% into a sphere?
So I'm not sure where our arguments went there.
Well, start thinking about it, and you might come up with something. And if you type this in, you'll get everything on my banners. You type that in.
All right. So
then you can think for yourself.
So is your argument really is a flat Earth?
The reality is the flat Earth. That's reality. This is made up. Because if they can fool us, they can rule us. The people who run the governments of the world, all of them.
And they all agree?
They all signed the Antarctic Treaty in 1959.
Okay.
So we have not had a legitimate war since then.
A legitimate war?
Yeah.
I think Syria would disagree with you on that one.
Hi guys, what do you say? This is a torus field, okay? It's electromagnetic energy, and our Earth is in here like this, so we live inside this torus field. Electricity comes up out of the North Pole. It excites the elements in the lower atmosphere, and that gives you the aurora borealis, because there's more elements down near the surface of the Earth. It comes up and around, and it goes around. Antarctica is out here at the edge. This is like the map. This is the best map we have. Antarctica goes around the outside edge. Okay, that's how it works. So there's a lot of information here. If you type this in, you'll get all the information here on the banners. You'll see all these pictures again. Type that in and you'll see all the pictures. You got a question?
I just want to have your website card.
Yeah, go ahead. Sure.
Thanks.
Yep. I know you have a question now.
I was watching the
Okay, cool.
argument.
Even if you study this and not accept it right away or anything, just studying it's going to make you smarter.
I've watched a lot of videos, like debates.
Yeah. Well, this link here will give you this and 2 other videos that I really like a time lapse of the sun.
Is this your personal channel or just?
I'm on this website. You can see a picture of me and you can see what I do.
The YouTube channel.
That goes to a website, and that has the YouTube. This isn't YouTube.
Oh, I see.
Just type that in, and it'll give you 3 videos. But that's not on YouTube.
Thank you.
Yeah, just check it out and start thinking for yourself, and don't believe what the government tells you. That's where I'm at.
Why do you think that they fake the photos? That's because.
Well, they want to prove to us that this environment that we're in is not what we think it is. They want us to deny our senses so we're more easily controlled. Educated people are hard to control. The kings never let the serfs read because educated people are hard to control. Governments want to control. That's what they're all about.
So, politically, would you consider yourself a libertarian, conservative?
Politically, I don't vote anymore because I know it's a game. It's all a game. They're all on the same team. Trump and Hillary are out partying together. They don't really mean what they say. And that's where I'm at with it. I don't really want to do that anymore. And I was heavily into politics. I really wanted to change the world. And then I figured out this is a game they're playing with us.
So, did you always believe in the flat Earth?
No. 2 years ago, I looked into the moon landing and found that was faked.
Why would they do that?
Because they want us to believe that it's a vast, made-up, it's just a random universe. But this was created.
But how does that
You have to
progress?
figure out who created it and what the purpose was. But it is flat and there's a dome. We have evidence for the dome. So, and there's free-flowing electricity up there because of the torus field. And we can tap into that and get free electricity. So why aren't we getting that for ourselves? The government captures it and sells it to us.
Right.
So they can be trillionaires and we can struggle paycheck to paycheck. All these things are involved in this idea here, what's going on.
So you don't, suffice to say, you don't believe in like global warming, or something like that. Yeah. Personally, I don't either.
Yeah. They lie to us about like 99.99% of everything.
Right, so they can make us think we're dying or something.
Yeah, and there's going to be a swine flu. You got to get a vaccination, and they put in aluminum, and it goes to our brains and makes us dumb. So you got to be very careful. I'm so glad that you're checking into these things at your young age, and don't have to live your whole life like I did, being bamboozled.
Indoctrination.
Yes. You're a very smart young man.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks, you too.
She's down with me right now.